do you see anything as a premier, as the weak point for tourism? Because you know that generally when you visit one city in China, for example, Hangzhou, you have so many scenery, spots to go. But in WA, they say, oh, it's a beautiful city. When they say it's a beautiful city, where to go? So what do you think would be the weak points or weakness?
I think Western Australia doesn't really have many weaknesses when it comes to the appeal of the city or the quality of the experience when you get out of the city. I don't think there's many weak points. I think what we haven't done well is market ourselves, and I don't think the tourism industry has been given certain funding when it comes to marketing. So we fixed that. And I think we relied too much upon our mining industries and didn't think about these other industries. So we're turning all of that around. I think when a Chinese tourist or any tourist comes to Western Australia, they're always amazed by the blue skies, the beautiful beaches, the amazing hospitality. And I think perhaps if there was a weak point, it was the fact that we're regarded as an expensive destination compared to other states. But now our hotels and our cost of living is actually less than, say, Sydney. And so there is some strength in saying that we're more affordable than Sydney or Melbourne, which is a true statement. So I think we can market ourselves as not only a great destination, but a more affordable destination than Sydney and Melbourne.
But one thing I've noticed that maybe you won't agree is that, you know, that all our scenery spots or destinations are too far away from the city. And then there is no accommodation around. And they have to go there in the morning, come back, and spend a couple of hours there, and come back to the city to stay.
You're very harsh, Eddie. You're very harsh. I think there's Kings Park right in the centre of the city, which is a wilderness.
Yes.
There's the Swan Valley, which is 20 minutes to the east, which has got amazing places to stay and beautiful wineries and food. If you go south to my electorate of Rockingham, there's some great hotels, and you can go and dive with dolphins and see where I am. Come and stay with me.
Yes, okay, yeah.
So you can come down to Rockingham. I mean, these places are actually relatively close. If you want to go a little bit further afield, you know, Mandurah and even the whole Margaret River region and the like, it's only a few hours. It's not that much.
In Mandurah or Rockingham, there is not Mandurah. Rockingham, there will be a big function for the Christmas time. What is that?
We have the Christmas lights. That was last Saturday night. I turned on the Christmas lights. That was a very good event.
So you make the initiative or somebody else?
I think it was more the council did that, but I got to participate.
Yes.
So there's thousands of people there. Not sure how many Chinese tourists, but thousands of people.
Yes.
But obviously, Western Australia is a big place. You know, we can't hide from that. It's a big place. But there are lots of things around the city, and if you're adventurous and you want to take a flight, you know, you can go to the Kimberley, or you can go to the Goldfields, or you can go to the Southwest. Not actually that far when you use air travel, but I do know that Chinese tourists don't have as much holidays as we do, so they're looking for a quality experience that they can cram in. Perth does have that, and the regions around Perth are not very far away. And if you actually want to fly, let's imagine Exmouth. Let's imagine a Chinese tourist from Hangzhou or Shanghai going to Exmouth and swimming in a marine park with turtles and amazing marine life. It would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that they'd never forget.
Yes, I know that one of the focuses that you have this time to visit Zhejiang and Shanghai is the tertiary education. But I've been teaching at I taught at Curtin University for 4 years after my postgraduate PhD. But all the universities are funded by the Commonwealth government. So what can we do to promote that? And another thing is that since Perth has been removed from, and this, of course that's the Western Australian government's, maybe your government suggests that it was removed from the regional status list. So it has become harder for the students to migrate to WA. So how can we, for one thing, it is funded by the Commonwealth government, tertiary education. For the other is that we don't have the regional status, and it's harder for the student to migrate to WA. So what do you see as the attraction of Chinese students or international students to WA?
Well, firstly, Chinese students who came here would be fee-paying students, so the universities offer opportunities and they offer accommodation and high-quality degrees, a safe environment. I actually told people over there that Western Australia is a far safer place than other places around the world. For instance, you know, we don't have the gun culture that, for instance, the United States has. And that gun culture, I think, is turning the whole world off, parts of America. So we are very lucky in that regard, and if you want to study here, obviously you pay fees, and so that's the way it works. So Melbourne and Sydney have been far more successful in attracting Chinese students, but they're not in the same time zone. They're much more busy cities than Perth, and we're in the same time zone as China, and we're closer, and it's a more relaxed environment. So that's one point. In relation to the school migration lists, look, Sydney and Melbourne are not on the list, so you know they attract large numbers of students. I don't necessarily think that's a big impediment. I think what we need to sell is that our universities are first rate. You'll get a great degree, you'll have a great experience, you'll learn English, it's a safe environment, and it's closer and a better time zone.
Okay.